In fact, where's Thomas Porter?
Mr. Porter, right over here.
I'm here, sir.
I've heard you speak out many times on these issues. Tell us all gathered here today, sir.
Not-
What do you have to say?
Not only Parliament have taxed our paper and our ink, they are to tax our playing cards and our dicing.
Very
said,
well
Mr.
said, Mr.
Porter.
Porter. Many spoke out like Mr. Porter in anger, but others, that was not enough for them. They wanted action, so they took to the streets. They gathered at the Liberty Tree. They formed angry mobs, rioted through the town. Why, they even tore down the governor's house! Huzzah! Ah, the 60s were a great time. Yes. And through these riots, through this mob action, we forced them to repeal the Stamp Act!
Huzzah!
But, of course, this was not enough for King George and Parliament. They were angry. They wanted us to know the extent of their power here in these colonies, so they passed a new law. They named it the Declaratory Act, and it declared that Parliament would forever retain the right to tax us here and impose laws upon us here, all without our consent. And in the following years, more taxes came. This time, it was taxes on everyday goods. Things like lead, glass, fabric, paint, tea, all taxed under the name of a man we truly thought would be our friend over in Parliament,
Yes,
the Right Honourable Lord Charles Townsend.
Fine
Townsend, indeed. Now, many of our dear friends and our dear neighbours were affected by these Townsend Acts, none more so than our dear friend Mr. James Brewer.
Oh, Mr. Brewer is back here.
Mr. Brewer, now I heard you have a very sad story to tell, sir. I heard that you needed new windows during the Townsend Acts. Now, with this tax upon glass, tell us, how did you pay for them?
I didn't pay for them. I was forced to choose between new windows or putting food in my family's bellies.
Heartbreaking! Tears in his eyes. That is no choice any father should ever have to make, and choices like these were becoming commonplace here in Boston, and we had had enough.
Here, here.
But, of course, we couldn't riot like we had done all those years ago. It only showed us to be unruly children in the eyes of Crown and Parliament. So, we did something a little different. We asked our merchants here in Boston to sign non-importation agreements. Many of the women in Boston refused to buy English goods for their homes, and through our combined efforts, we forced these Townsend Acts also to be repealed! Huzzah! My friends, time and time again we come together in these meetings, and today is no different. Today we're here to discuss yet another act of taxation, this tax upon our tea.
It took you a while.
Yes,
Yes,
the tea. Don't forget the goal, my friends. It's the tea. Yes, this tax upon our tea. This is a meager 3 penny per pound tax on tea. Now, this is small. Many people in town can pay this tax, but that's what makes it so dangerous. If many can pay it, many will pay it. Only showing King and Parliament that we will submit to any act of taxation they pass against us. But not only this tax is not in place to raise